Alright, test, test. Alright, cool. Alright, Lucian, sorry I started this recording a little late, but I remembered to get it going, so from here on out, this is the stream. And then, let me see about... are we logged out of our shit? Hang on, I'm trying to get YouTube set up. I just remembered I need to stream the YouTube, so I'm trying to get it going right now. We got locked out of our YouTube though, so I don't know if it's gonna fucking work. Oh, it worked. Okay, cool. Oh, disgusting. Alright, now how do I live stream on YouTube? This might have to be a next week thing. Alright, I'm just gonna have to figure this out. Does anybody know where the button is to go live on YouTube? Like, if I wanted to just live stream on my YouTube channel, anybody? Going once, going twice, going thrice? Top right. I don't know. We'll start the streams next week. I'm gonna go back lower left. Oh, okay. Eric sound. He's like, you know what you're talking about. 'My bad, you guys. There was a fucking big ass 18-wheeler going so slow down the road. I barely made it here in time. I was trying to get this all figured out before. Okay. Lower left. Oh, this live. Oh, but I don't know if I can go live right there. I don't know. I'll figure it out for next week because I already missed the stream this morning. So, anyways, I'm just waiting on a close outside this 10-minute box. Um, also curious if Nasdaq is gonna hold this or not. I probably should have hopped in short up here. Would have been up 15 points, but it is what it is. Did it to myself. If it breaks this bottom right here, I think Nasdaq's gonna come down to the halfback of this. It might even come down to like right here, but I think it's more like this. So that's gonna be 513, 20 points down. I'd like to see it hold this. Yeah, it's holding it, so. Might take a short on Nasdaq here. But I'm too late, actually. No, I'm not. I'm not going to take a short, because I should have shorted at this rejection right here. And if I short now, then my risk is too high. Yeah, I'm just going to not take that short. So you can always catch another trade, you guys. Like this. Like, if I was going to take the trade, like, I should have taken it right here. But I was too slow, right? So I'm not going to force it right here. And then have, like, risk all the way up. whenever I really need to have my risk set above this. I mean, it probably still rolls over, but it's just not a smart trade. Or just kick back relaxed. Let's see what this is talking about on the 15. It's right here. It's getting caught up. Yeah. So we're getting caught up on the failure swing. I really want to short this right now, but I'm trying to stick to my strategy and wait. So I'm just going to wait. But I would really like to just short this and watch it roll the fuck over. But I just don't know. It looks pretty bullish. I use the 10-minute. I don't have like the actual 10-minute like chart. Like it wants me to buy it. So I just use the 5-minute. And then I use the first two like candles, 5-10 minutes. You know, same thing. West Texas desert winds. Anybody have any questions? I mean, we're just waiting right now on a trade. It's Asia, you know, it's gonna move a little bit slower. But, mm, if I was a betting man, I'd bet that we come down to here. And it's gonna try to take another bounce at this halfway, and then it's gonna decide if it's ready to go up or if it's gonna come through it or not. I don't like this orange. Yeah, I'm fucking out. Oh, okay, I have to take this. Risking 5 points to make 20. We'll see how it goes. Oh, damn. Pretty sure it just rolls the fuck over right here, though. And if it doesn't, whatever, 300 bucks, come back tomorrow. On this one, though, I want MGC. To be honest, I really don't like TradingView. Like, I mean, this is powered by TradingView, but I like Project X. I'm kind of old school. I really like NinjaTrader, dude. Like, just it's super clean, you know? Um, Damn, it might actually stop, like, right here, so I'm gonna put it right there. But something about taking a trade on TradingView itself, like the website, bro, I fucking suck at it, dude. Like, just so bad. Every time, bro, I'm blowing shit up. But you know what it is? I like to enter, like, on this 30-second chart over here. And the, trading view isn't like, it lags. Like, look, on this one, you can actually see the candles, like, move up and down. Like, you can see them shake. Well, maybe not in Asia. But in New York, you can see the candle actually shake. And then over here, it doesn't, like, move at all, right? Like, it's, like, just, like, hella laggy. So, like, the price on TradingView is actually, like, 3, like, you see this? Like, that actually already happened, right? Like, it's already happening here, and then see, like, by the time I click over, the move happened. So, like, what is that, like 4 or 5 seconds? Like, it's just, it's too much. Like, if you're trying to catch, like, a banger entry like this, like, where it's, like, perfect curve, right? And then I just want to see it come through this little line right here. I want to see it push through this. Now that we're back under this trend line. And watch it just come down. Put my risk down a little bit. Take an extra 60 bucks off the table of risk. And then if it stops me out, it's 5, 10, 200 bucks. Like a little bit under 200 bucks. Risking to make 5, 600 bucks. So 1 to 3, perfectly fine. And then we just wait on gold. It's gonna take forever. I wish I could have like the charts locked. Like whenever I go to this account, it like pulls up NQ, and then if I go to this account, it pulls up GC. I'm telling you, the people that make Project X need to fucking hire me because I got some ideas. And whenever I see the dude that coded this shit for whenever it does this shit, oh, now all my shit's all squeezed over here. I'ma slap that motherfucker across the face, man. I hate that shit. I have to redo everything every time. Sorry, that's my little rant, dude. I hate like the little nuances in Project X. They're so annoying, and there's no settings to change it. Like I can't just lock my screen. Why? Like you have every other button over here. Why isn't there a lock button? That's weird. Lazy ass dudes. Alright, let's see. Gold. It's trying. It wants to. It wants to. I just don't know if she going to. It's getting stuck on this balance right here. I don't know. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, it looks like we have enough new faces, so I'll go over balance with you guys. Um, just check this and put this like here. And let's put this here. See this shit? Now I gotta go and do this all over again. Like, so dumb, bro. Just have it lock on the screen. Oh, now it's gonna get stuck on this. I got this little trend line right here. It needs to pop, and you got it wedging on top. 50-50 on this now. But, okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to draw my initial zone, first 10 minutes of price, put my purple box around it, right? Fuck, dude, I'm like OCD, it's got to be perfect. Alright. So, whenever I'm looking at this trade, right, the reason that I'm expecting price to stop right here and see if it keeps going is this little doji. Right, you have this massive green candle out of it. You have this little chop, chop, chop right here. Looks like it might give us a trade. I'm going to go ahead and switch to this account. And where's my order? Of course, it's all fucked up. Bro. Okay, alright, that's ready for whenever I need it. And then, bro, this is so annoying. I'm just going to show you on full screen how to find balance while I have the trade up. Because then I can see my balance up here. Okay, so I have my price marked right here. And then I'm looking at this doji, right? Let me change the way this one is real quick so that it's not confusing. White border. And then middle line. Okay. So I've got this little doji right here. And the reason I was looking for price to stop is because you see how it starts to push down into this and then it teeter-totters right here, right? And the reason that's happening is because sellers have come into the market, they're selling. Buyers have come into the market, they're buying, and they're causing this like debate in price, right? Going back and forth between each other. Let me see this. Not looking so good now. Looks like it's gonna stop me out. Right, this is a better example of balance right here. Let me clear this up. So for example, you have sellers selling, buyers buying, and then it's like, where's price stopping at? It's right here on top of this balance area. I probably should have looked at that. I wouldn't have taken $100 loss, but whatever. $200, we'll make it back. Let me see what is gold doing. Not yet. And so this happens all day in the market, right? This is CME's way of keeping the price fair. This is how they keep the institutions from coming in and just completely manipulating the price, right? So if you go and you look, it's pretty much anywhere that you see, right? Right here's another one, a little bit higher up, right? Because this is technically where sellers took over, right? You have it pushed down, buyers, sellers all the way, and then buyers all the way back up, right? From like here to here. And then you see where price wicks down into, pushes past it, can't close past it. It's trying to, but it can't. Then keeps pushing up. And so that's basically what balance is in the market, like a quick little 5-minute walkthrough. Um, and it's like, it's all day, right? So like this one right here, you see how price is moving up, up, up? But that doesn't mean that this isn't balanced. This is still balanced in the market, right? It has to be redelivered to, right? So price has to come back down to this to keep price fair. And then look, where does price come down and get stuck at? It gets stuck right on top of this balance. You see all the closes above it. It's trying so hard to close below it. When it finally gets to close below, it comes back up. It can't close above the box, right? It can't close above this zone of balance, and then it shoots down. You just have to wait on it to break this and close below it, and then you're like, okay, now price is going to continue this way, right? So that means that there's going to be another area of balance, which is this one. And it's like this is where price has come down to, which means it's a little bit lower than this. It's probably this. Yeah, right here, price comes down into balance, barely touches it, can't keep going. This next candle engulfs it, takes it out, and then price keeps coming back up. And then right here on the flip side, it tries to come through the balance again, right? We're trying to push back through it because now we have, this balance gets formed in the market from the previous balance, right? So now it's trying to push above this, and this is where we're pretty much at right now. Is probably the one above it because that one got pushed through. So we're at this balance, and this is exactly where price comes to. So it's like this is how I can read the price all day and know like where is price going, up or down, right? Like I have a good idea that it's probably going to keep going down right here, right? Like this little stop out. Damn, where did I get stopped? Like right, was it right here? I think it was right here. Come on, bitch. 540, 75. Oh no, it was like right here. Okay, that makes sense. I was like, damn, for real. But yeah, on a larger time frame, like I'd expect it to you know, try to come back up to this, and then if it's gonna push through it, it'll push through it. If it's gonna reject, it'll reject. We also have this right here, right, that it's still trying to get through. Alright, so this is like some secret sauce that we've been working on. You can see how price expands right here, and then it never gets past this level of continuation, right? So that's why I'm like more biased on a short right now. It's because price keeps rejecting at this. But like I told you guys earlier, like I should have taken my trade like right here instead of like down here, because of this reason, right? Like I didn't have the drawdown to be able to afford to wait for this level because I waited for the trade. So that's just like a user error. But I'll just lock this one. Or not all day till 6 a.m. Right? Take one bad trade. We're not gonna sit here and force anymore. Right? I'm not gonna blow up the account like a fucking retard on just because I had one little loss. Right? I'm gonna lock the account. Come to another one. Focus on a different product. And not sit here and just put money in the fucking or in the pockets of all these prop firms, right? Like I'm not paying their bills. You guys can pay their bills if you want to, but that's not what I'm doing. So now I'm just gonna wait. See, like gold still hasn't broke this. I gotta go. And then you have this trend line right here that it's trying to pop through. And then there's gonna be balance down here, right? Like we just talked about. Alright, so I'm gonna look for a price to come down to this little middle line. So that's 9382. That's 10 points. On gold, that's fucking huge. So hey bro, chill out. What are you doing? This is not the time to be wildin'. Anybody have any questions? Also, I'm not gonna just like jump in this if it breaks this. I'm gonna wait for this to close below because like gold a lot of time will break the trend line, come down a little bit. So like this is what I'm gonna expect gold to do, right? I'm gonna expect gold to break this trend line, come tap down into this balance, and I'm expecting it to come test the backside of this trend line before it pushes down, right? And then it's gonna come for this balance right here. So like that's what I'm expecting to happen. Is it gonna happen? I don't know, but because you kind of have this little curl action going on right here, so that doesn't like it doesn't really make me feel like it's gonna keep going lower. But then we need to redeliver this down here. It hasn't been redelivered yet, so like that makes me think it needs to go lower. And you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 touches on the trend line, and it's still pushing down. Right, so this high off the trend line, 2, 3 to 2A, so 5 points. This bounce off the trend line, 4 points. This bounce off the trend line, 5 points. 3 points. 3 points. 2 points. And so like all the bounces are getting smaller too, so that's making me think, okay, it's gonna probably come down. then it's just stopped at this failure swing level too. So that also makes me think it's gonna come down. I probably should have just shorted it when it was right here. Alright, because this is the 80% retracement of this big move down. And I don't count this candle because this is where price turns around at. Like if you counted it, you see like it wouldn't really line up and you'd be like, oh, I don't know, it kind of went past it. But if you learn to like read the price right and understand that this candle isn't a part of this expansion, right? This candle is the end or the beginning of the press back up, right? So I don't include it in this, and then you see where price actually lines up perfectly and rejects. All my good intentions. But what was I thinking I needed to do earlier? I need to go start batching the tank. Fuck. Let's see what this stupid bitch Nasdaq did, man. I bet you she went down. Yeah, you little greasy bitch. Yeah, look, see, it spiked up, but it's closing below. You little whore. I want to chase it so bad, but I'm not going to. Not gonna do it, you guys. I'm not gonna chase it, but man, I fucking want to. I want some revenge. But that's exactly why I'm not gonna trade it, because I just want to trade it because I took a loss on it, right? Like, not because it makes sense to re-enter. But I'm telling you, that bitch is going down. She's going down, down. Right here, I'm calling it. Let me put the arrow, preemptively arrow. What time frames do you favor? I like the 15, the 5, right? So like over here, you'll see me work on the 5-minute and the 15-minute, right? I like the 5-minute for like my initial box. Let me redraw everything for you. So for the 5-minute, I like to come in here and get my initial balance, which is this. Put my purple box on it, and then I'm waiting on a breakout from here. Alright, and then I'll start marking up. So I see this trend line. I see that down here we have this balance that needs to get tapped into. Oh fuck, I clicked the same thing. And then I see that on the 15-minute is where I like to look for expansion, right? Because it's just a lot cleaner. Like, you don't have to worry about the noise of the 5 minutes, and you can just see like, okay, price is pumping, pumping, pushing, right? So this is where I'll draw my Fibonacci's at. This one's a little bit different because it's not actually CME chart, but the actual CME chart, it's like pressed right into it. And then from here, once I have everything marked up, I like to come over here and I'll copy the markups onto this chart. The reason I do it over here is because this chart doesn't have this indicator that lets you see the sessions, right? So like, this is like how a chart normally looks, right? But then you turn on the indicator and it's like, okay, now I can actually see like time slots, right? So it's like right here, New York ends and Tokyo doesn't open until here. You've got this big gap in the market. The only people that are trading right here is Australia, and they don't do dick for the market. Like, they ain't doing shit for the market. They ain't doing anything for it. So um, usually this is going to be really slow movement right here. Like you see every day, it's like basically nothing, right? And so I just like this indicator because it helps me understand like where in the market I am, and then I can start. Let me go back so I don't have to redraw everything. Start putting all my my drawings onto the chart, right? And then from here, I'll come over to like Project X, any of them, Buellnox, Trade Day, whoever uses it that I'm trading with at the time, and I'll like copy these drawings over here, which is what you see right here. And I mean, I like manually have to do it. It's not like a copy function. But then once I have it over here, I like to keep this chart on like a 5 minute, and then I'll keep this chart right here on like a 30 second, because the 30 second really lets me see price, right? Um, like there's this balance right here that we're tapping into, right? Like right here. So this is probably even lower, like a 15 second balance, yeah. See this? So like it's good to be able to see this so that you can see like, oh, why is price stopping right here? So it's good to have like a lower time frame one. Now I'm not exactly like letting this influence me emotionally, because this is a lot of candles. Like this right here is like, oh my god, like I want to hop in, big candle. But whenever you actually see it over here on the 5 minute, like that's nothing, right? So like you gotta kind of have this dual view, or you'll get lost in the sauce over here, and then it's really easy to just get caught and chopped because you're like, oh my god, this big red candle, but it's really only a point, right? Like this is 1 point right here. And it looks like we might actually get our breakout finally, which is going to be great, because this would be perfect timing for it to break out, because there's only 40 seconds left. So that means it'll probably be pretty close to right here, and I could probably get a pretty good entry. Um, the only thing is it's like a perfect double bottom, so like I'm not going to enter unless it pushes through it. Right, and I'm going to give it like, another 30 seconds, and if it doesn't happen in the next 30 seconds, then it's going to have to take another 5 minutes to convince me that it's going to come down, right? And I'll usually give this like an hour, hour and a half, like, so like another 45 minutes, and if I don't get a trade, I'll just, call it for the night, come back tomorrow. I'm not going to sit here and manufacture a trade in my head because I'm bored. Um, I'm going to sit here and wait on like an actually solid setup that makes sense. Right? Like I don't want to hop in this just cuz it's coming through. Like I do want to, but like I know it's probably not the smartest thing. And so if it pushes down and it closes like way the fuck down here, then I just won't take a trade today, right? Like cuz then my risk is like hella off, cuz then it's going to be like 3 to 1, like to 8 for like, so it'd be like 5 points of risk to probably get like 2 or 3 more points, right? Like I don't mind risking like for this like 3 points, risk like a point, like 1 to 3, but I can't really justify like a 60% return, right? Like I'm looking for like 200 to 300% returns. And so if that's the case, then I just simply don't take a trade today, or I'll take like a little micro trade, and it's just so I can get a trade day in, like an open and close type thing, and then go from there. But like I said, since it's finally broken this trend line, like I'm expecting it to come back up and tap into the backside of this trend line, somewhere over here. Is it going to? I don't know. But usually gold will come up and retest trend lines on the backside of it once it breaks. Young moonlight, lit by night, West Texas, desert winds. Maybe I might just never call again. Now, I will say, like, whenever I'm trading, like, my, like, off stream, I will probably take, like, a trade like this right here. But the whole point of, like, this stream series is to teach you, like, how to stick to a strategy, right? Regardless of what's happening in the market. Like, yeah, I do have a strategy that works for this type of trade. But a lot of you guys are still struggling with passing evals. And then if you can't pass an eval, you definitely aren't getting a payout, right? And that's the whole point of even doing this, is to get paid. So what I'm trying to show you is like patience in the market times longevity in the market is going to equal a payout. And that sitting here and like looking for whatever setup is possible at whatever time, you know, is probably going to get you burned. Like realistically, like, right? So just from like me just having the mental strength, right? Because like it's all me, right? It's not like there's somebody behind me that's like telling me like, okay, go ahead and take the trade. Oh, no, 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 wait, 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 wait. Like there's no one here to tell me. There's no one here to tell you guys. It's gonna have to come 100% from you, right? The discipline. And so like that's why I'm not sitting here. I'm not rushing like this. Like I mean, I'm completely aware that this is a beautiful trade. This is like a perfect failure swing. But the strategy that I'm showing you guys on stream is this 10-minute breakout strategy where you have a close outside of it, right? And so I'm not gonna sit here and bounce around strategy to strategy looking for something that's gonna work right now. Because then what's gonna happen tomorrow whenever, you know, price is pushing up right here and I see it like, oh, well, it just double topped. I'm gonna take this short, and then it's gonna come down and come back up, stop me out, right? And then I'm gonna get emotional because I'm not like set in stone on what I'm doing with the trade. Oh, I was looking at this wrong. It's totally worth it to take the trade if it closes right here. It needs to come like all the way back down, or at least to here. But you'll see this a lot from gold. Whenever it failure swings, um, it'll retest all the way back down usually. So I'm just gonna take my entry. If it closes in 5 seconds below, right? I'm gonna do 3, and then if it pushes back into the trend line, I'll add on 2 more. Nice. Yeah, I don't really use like any indicators or anything, so you won't see me using like Whop or really anything like that. But right here, so 2.5 points, right? I'm above this break of price where we came down. 3 micros, this is $75 in risk. And then I'm looking at 393, $480. No, no, that's not right. $318. So 75 divided by 318.23. So that's basically a 1 to 4, right? Okay. Doesn't look like we're gonna get our retracement. I'm gonna go ahead and add my 2 back in right here. I'm gonna pull my risk down. So I'm at $100 of risk now, looking for $500 of profit. And I'm just gonna kind of let this rock and roll, right? Like if it's gonna go, it's gonna take a minute, right? Like you see how this is chopped up and gone, right, for a while. But if it's gonna happen, it's gonna come down, right? And I really should probably have it up here. All right, so this is gonna be like $200 of risk for $500, so that's like 1 to 2.5. Still good risk to reward for me. And then from here, like I just let it happen, right? Like I don't have to worry about anything. Like I already like have a read on the market for zones, right? So like there's another one here, and then there's this one here. So I'm just gonna try to see if price gonna push through these, and as it does, I'll take them off my chart and just like watch it on its way down. And see, I didn't like, how long did we sit here and wait, you guys? Like it's like we've literally sat here and waited an hour, right? I didn't force any trades on this account. We took the 1 trade on NASDAQ on this account, and then it's like, okay, I'm not gonna sit here and like force any more trades, right? Like this one didn't work out. Look, Nas is still chopping, so if I would have been all upset and like a little crybaby bitch, then I would have gotten, this account would be like minus $800 right now, right? Because it's just sitting here chop, 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 right, on NASDAQ. But since I have the discipline to know, like, okay, like, let me just hold up, wait, right, like, let me not do that, then I'm not going to lose any more money. I lock it, right? So now I can't get emotional when I go off stream and be like, all right, I'm going to go make this fucking money back, right? Like, no, I'm going to come back tomorrow whenever New York opens, and then I'll be back in action. So this one might actually be like this, yeah. Right here, you see the price comes down, up, and then exactly where price is rejecting right here. But these aren't like super strong, right? Because like these are pretty back and forth zones, right? I could see the rejection coming up to the trend line now, like I've been talking about, right? So I'm not going to panic if that happens because I'm expecting it to be a possibility to happen, right? And like I said, like I'm not like there's nothing about this trade that I'm going to change anything. Like I'm either going to lose $200 or I'm going to make like, profit. Now, the profit might not be exactly $500 because whenever it starts coming down, I'll start to scale this down and I'll start to trail my profit, right? Like I'll bring this through, like um but point being is like I know that like okay, I have $200 of risk no matter what. Like I have another, I got $2,000 of risk allowed. So if I make sure that I just keep my risk at $200, right? Then I know that okay, like I'm gonna, over 10 trades, am I gonna lose? Like right now, this isn't a good example. This is a better example. So 47.6, profit factor of 1.25, average win to lose 1.38, right? Like this is all it takes to be profitable. Like these aren't beautiful stats, you guys. These aren't like it's not like this is my best ever eval. But the point being is like you can have ugly stats like this as long as you're maintaining your risk and your reward correctly, then you're gonna have profit, right? Like $1,000 of profit with an under 50% win rate. Why? Because I'm sitting here and I manage my risk correctly, right? Look, my average win is bigger than my average loss. If this was flipped the other way around, right, I'd be minus $1,300. So that's why like I'm sitting here and I'm thinking about like, oh, like risk to reward, right? Like this, does this trade make sense? Like one unit of risk, 2.5 units of profit. Yeah, dude, I bet. A lot of people, use a lot of different indicators and stuff. Like I don't really use any. I just like to just read the price myself. Um, but there's nothing wrong with it. Like if it works for you, it works for you. Like I just don't like to add more stuff into my trading. Yeah, nothing wrong with it, bro. If it works for you, it works for you. The whole point is for us to make money. So if it's helping you make money, then fucking rock with it. Yeah, I'm never gonna tell you to not use an indicator, but I'm never gonna sit here and like lie and tell you that I do use them because like I couldn't tell you how to like even I wouldn't even know how to set up a VWAP or anything else. And so it's like I have years of trading without them, so like I don't want to add anything into my trading because then it's just gonna confuse me. Because like I've traded like this for like 3 years, right? Like 3 4 years, like no indicators, just reading price. And I'll tell you, like it probably wasn't to my benefit, right, for the first couple years. But then after a while of just like taking losses, 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 like I've probably blown up like 300 evals in the past like 3 years, right? Like so, if you guys are blowing up evals, don't be upset about it. Um, don't get married to the idea that it's okay, right? Because I definitely went through that cycle where I was just numb to it, and that's not good. Um, but as a new trader, like you don't have no, but it's the COD. What is CODB? Yeah, yeah, it is the cost of doing business. The way that I always told myself is like people, they spend, I don't know, like what's the average cost of a degree? Like, fucking spell, dude. 120,000 at public and state university to nearly that can't is that really the total like the average? Damn, that's high. That's way higher than I thought it was gonna be. But okay, so like I'm way under $120,000, right? Like 300 times 15. I'm at like 4,500 bucks, right? Like I've invested over like 3 years. Definitely under 10K, right? Because some of them are like 40, 50 bucks. But point being is like I've taken 3 years of my time and like at most $10,000 of my money over 3 years. So like what 3K a year. So like 300 bucks a month, you guys, for the past 3 years to like develop a skill, right? That's gonna like change the way that my life works versus fucking that money off, going out to eat. Um, yeah, so like if you do you have a are you on Windows or are you on Mac? Y2K. Press the Windows key, the Shift key, and S at the same time, and then it'll go gray like this, and you can drag and take a screenshot. And then if you paste it in the chat, like just paste S, Control, Windows, S, all at the same time. So like press them all at once, and it'll go gray like this, and you can drag, right? And then you can just Control V the picture, like paste it. And like you can do I mean if you have a screenshot button that's fine. I just know that on Windows it's the Windows key. Oh, I'm sorry, Windows key Shift S, not Control. That's my fault. Yeah, it's Windows Shift S. That should work. Windows Shift and S. Alright, so here we go. We're pushing through. Oh, yeah, dude, that would drive me fucking bonkers. Dude, because I like my chart nice and fat like this. Like, whenever it's all fucking up here, I'm like, what? What's going on? An old man can't see. Yeah, but to each their own, bro. Like I said, if it works for you, like, I'm not going to tell you to change it. But it's just like, you won't see me trading like that. Yeah, if I want to scalp, I'll just use the fib, right? Like, I'll show you on like a 1 minute. Right, so if I was going to be in like a scalper mood, like this push down right here, I'm drawing my fib on it that I have set up, right? And then I see like, okay, price comes up to the halfway, and then I'm just going to scalp off that. And then you can do that pretty much anywhere, right? Like, price comes up right here, goes down to the halfway. Alright, I could scalp up. So it's like we're doing the same thing, it's just like we do it in a different way, but that doesn't mean it's bad. It's just like, that's like in math, there's multiple ways. Like, 3 times 2 is the same thing as 3 plus 3. Nice. Yeah, we just pushed into this little balance right here. Oh my god, I'm gonna have to go draw it again. Right, like I'm pretty sure we're like touching it. Yeah. So like same. Like this is like what like one of your VWAPs or something, but then I just look at it as balance, right? So like the VWAP actually finds this for you, but like I can find it on my own. And then it's like, like I actually have like targets below it, right? Like I understand where price is going to come if it breaks through it. Yeah. Okay, so it's already under it. Yeah, see, I don't really know how it works. I just know that like I do pretty good not using them, so I just never use them. Yeah, so since like I'm just gonna look for this to close below this right here, this zone. If it doesn't, then I'm like, I'm not gonna delete this zone yet because these zones are like overlapping right here, so it's pretty powerful. And you have your what is this, the 50? Yes, we're right at the 50% retracement right here of this big push down. So this is gonna be a pretty powerful rejection area, um, which as you can see. But like just for my trade, like my risk to reward, it doesn't make sense to take profit right here, right? Because if I do this, if I start taking profit short like this, and then it starts running, um, uh, whenever I do take a loss, my risk to reward isn't gonna balance out right. Like it's gonna be negative. Yeah, yeah, the gold line. I thought that I didn't know what that was, but now that I'm seeing it, I can see what you're talking about. Or now that you're talking about it, I can see it. But see, for me, like, okay, since we just closed below this, I'm gonna delete this balance zone, and now I'm looking for price to come down to this next one. Now it's still like hovering right around it, so like price will sometimes do this, and maybe I have it drawn a little wrong, right? Maybe it's like down to this, or I don't know. I need to actually look at it a little closer to understand. Yeah, it could just be this doji right here, right? It could be the balance, because this is the push down, and then if I come over here, it's probably exactly where it's bouncing at. Yeah, see. So you just gotta like, you gotta like check yourself. I gotta check myself. Like, oh, do I have this drawn right? Like, oh no, actually I don't. Like, there's actually a small bounce, like a little bit below this, that price could get stuck on. And look right here where it's getting stuck on that balance. It's closing right above it every time. So maybe this is where we get this little push back up into the trend line, and then we get the actual rejection down. Right. But even if it comes up, like I'm not gonna panic, right? Like I don't mind this coming up and taking me out for the 200 bucks, right? It'll be 250 in drawdown, but who cares? Like I'm holding my trade to make sure that my risk to reward is on point before anything else, right? So I'm not even gonna consider taking profit until I'm at least at like 2 points probably, right? Because then at least I have like a 50% return, um, which isn't the best. But if you start scaling out at around 50%, then if I have 10 trades that I can take $200 losses on, then that turns into 15 trades just from the math. So SNR, like support and resistance, is that what you mean? Um, Not so much. Like so what we're doing is like we're actually trying to find where CME, right? So all these products are from CME, right? The Chicago Market Exchange, Mercantile Exchange. Um, and that's who actually um, like it's their job to make sure that the market doesn't get abused, basically. Yeah, they make the market, right? Like they keep it in check. Like they basically are like the referee of the market, right? Like that's the way that I look at it. Right. So I say that they're the referee because like it's not exactly their job to come and make money off of the market, right? Like they already make money just from being the people that provide data to everybody. Um, but it's their job to keep, yeah, the Chicago Market Exchange. That's what CME is. It's not central. It's the Chicago. It's actually not even. It's funny because like Wall Street has all the trading, but all the market is completely controlled in Chicago. Yeah, Mercantile. Yeah, Mercantile market, dude. I'm pretty sure they're like synonyms, right? Mercantile is just like a fancy, like prestigious word for it. I mean, am I wrong though? Like, come on, man. If anything, like, give me a couple bonus points for even knowing that. Come on now. Uh, so fuck, I forgot what I was talking about. You got me on a fucking tangent. Um, oh, my point being is, CME, right? It's their job to keep the market balance, right? And so this big move right here, like the reason that I'm saying price needs to come back down and tap here before it goes back up is because this is extremely unfair delivery, right? Like sellers just completely took control and just mopped the floor. Yep, yep, same. And so whenever you see like right here, like this is gonna be some balance, right? So price is gonna push through it, and then where does it come up and test at? Test this balance to see if it's gonna keep coming through, and then it pushes through, right? And so then over here, this unfair delivery, like, and it's gonna have to get rebalanced, right? Which is pretty much where we've pushed up to, which might not be this. It might come down a little bit more because of the, it's like a doji right there, right? So right here, right? And it's like, okay, so why did price come to right here? Because this unfair delivery needs to be redelivered. And now that it's been redelivered, price can keep coming back down if it's gonna keep coming back down, right? So I don't know. Can you see? Like this is like a perfect. So you don't count this one because this is where, like the push up, the buyers, right? But then right here, the buyers and sellers start getting into it. So I don't count these two because these aren't actually part of the expansion. All right. So then I'm coming in and I'm looking like, okay, so this is the expansion. This is where the expansion starts and moves down. And then I'm not taking this wick because the expansion stops right here and then buyers take over, right? So that's how I'm drawing my balance right here on these pushes. And then that's why I can see like right here, oh, where does price come? Literally to the tick and then rejects. So it's like if I'm looking for like a larger time frame rejections, like that's a good trade. But like I was telling you guys earlier, like I'm really just focused on drilling in like one strategy into you right now and like letting that kind of do its thing and then we'll continue to go from there. Right? So like once we get like, probably like another week or two like with this, then I'll start adding in some more something like that, but like um especially the free chats, like I want to keep them pretty basic. One, because a lot of people do pay to actually have access to like all of the experience that me and Tyler have. Um, and two, because like this is gonna be where we have all of our newest members, so I'm gonna be explaining more basic concepts to them so that they can be um, more exposed to like what we're doing in the VIP area. Um, so like basically like the whole like my whole like concept behind this group, right, is uh, like I don't need this, right? Like I don't really need the group. Like sure, like I'm not gonna say no to extra money. Like extra money is always nice. But like the whole point of me having this group is to more have a community that I know isn't gonna like, disappear, and I have like more say in it, control over it, so that I can, steer things my way and continue to help things grow. I have a pretty good background in like marketing, so that's like one of my main roles in the server is gonna be to market. And then my like long term vision is to basically teach enough people that are serious about this to how to start making some money. And then the people that I see that are actually doing it and that are actually making money, extend them an invitation to like a more broad investment group where we can do like real estate, start other business, things like that. Um, right, because that's already my plan with my money. But if I'm gonna teach people, like I might as well have like an avenue for whenever you learn how to make money for you to be able to use that money and then it benefits both of us, right? Because like I taught you how to make the money, and now that you have the money, we can invest together. And so now like I have more buying power, you have more buying power, and we're actually doing something with our money instead of like going and buying fucking cars, going out to fucking Nobu and shit, fucking off money like with hoes, like like I'm trying to make this different, right? I'm not, a lot of these communities they stop at like trading. A lot of these communities you won't even have someone on here live trading like this for like an hour, right? Like they might hop on for 10, 15 minutes, like, oh, I'm in a trade, and then they hop off. You don't even see how they finish off with the trade or anything, right? So we're trying to do it completely different. That's why like I live stream twice a day. Pretty much every trade that I take in my life, you guys get to see me do it live, right? So not to say that I don't, maybe in a couple hours, maybe I take like a little trade on one of my other accounts, but like this account right here, every trade has been on stream. This account right here, every trade has been on stream. Yeah, yeah. So the basic VIP gets you access to um, live streams like this every day, right? Like Monday through Friday, one in the morning and one at night. Yeah, exactly, dude. Like, and that's not what I'm trying to be, right? Because like you guys are spending your money. I've been in the position where it's like I'm trying to learn how to trade. Money's fucking tight, and I'm bouncing around all these groups with these fucking retards that don't know what they're doing, and I just spent like $100 to find out that they didn't know what they were doing, right? So that's why we do the free streams once a week at two different time slots, so that everybody has access to see what we're doing. There is no like I'm not sitting here and like telling anyone to go on Whop and write a review, so that you go and look at my Whop page and then you get like emotionally hopeful that it's gonna work out for you, right? Nah, nah, no, for sure. I mean, if you're not looking for help, there's nothing wrong with that, bro. Like, I'm just talking like in the broad general perspective of like what my idea for the group is, right? So the VIP is like basically, like I'll bring it over real quick and show you like the whole channel. So we have our events, right? So right here you'll see the free Tokyo. This is every Tuesday at 5 p.m. my time. So this is your local time. Whatever time it is going to be for you. I'm going to put this on my other screen real quick so I can see. And then it's right here. We have homework, right? So this is for our small class. Um, right now we have them identifying 5 examples on the chart, imbalance, deviations, and fair values, 5 examples of liquidity runs and stop hunts, right? And then here's your free area. So we have obviously the free area, which is where you'll see a lot of activity because I try to keep this area active. Um, and that comes with Chrissy's room. Chrissy's great. She posts a lot of free information, right? And all of her charts usually have annotations on it, so you can like easily understand what she's doing. And then of course, we have things to keep people interactive, memes, motivation. This is a really great area. If you ever see anything posted in here, I highly, highly suggest you go and listen to it because everything in here is going to get you fired up and get you serious about whatever it is that you want to do in your life. We got our food, right? So everyone's always cooking it up. I'm sure you guys have seen this, right? So we're trying to make it like, community based, right? Like I want to be able to be friends with you guys. I want to like know what's going on in your life. I don't want this to just be like, oh, you showed up, you were here, I did my job, I streamed, bro, what do you mean, right? Like that's not what we want this to be. And then down in VIP you've got the VIP area. So in here we go a lot more in depth, right? Like you'll see a lot more like Tyler will be posting his charts, he's going to be posting entries, you're going to get a lot more just like charts and explanations from us in here, right? Like we're going to give more time like to do breakdowns in here. We've got our psychology, right? So Tyler is always big on psychology. He's always posting about it. Right here is where we have our students. So, like I was telling you, we do the class, and everyone is expected to like report and homework and stuff. This is supposed to get turned in up here, but we're gonna get it all figured out. Um, this is where Tyler will come and he'll post a lot of his technical analysis, right? So this is where you can come and see like, okay, what does he expect price to do? Then we have Lupins. Lupin is always sniping hella good trades. Lupin is really good at trading like 1 to 2 micros and holding it. So you'll see him constantly taking banger trades. This is with 1 micro, so not bad. And then we have like the Gilded Zone, right? So this is for like our people that do one-on-ones, and those are pretty limited, but we do have them. And then you'll also get like like reviews from like props and stuff. And then if you guys are ever signing up, we have our official links right here. So all of our prop links, you can just come right here. And if you purchase accounts, we would appreciate that you click our links. Just because like we get a little chunk back. And then the more people we get that use our links, then the more like our affiliate ranks up. So then we'll start getting free accounts that we can give away. I think we're gonna try to like cook up like some clothing, some meetups, like just make it all around, you know, uh, a community, right? Like it's not just gonna be just like show up and oh you paid to watch me trade and that's what you got to do. Like no, it's gonna be like oh you showed up, you watched me trade, you learned, or you already know what you're doing and you're making good money. Then now you have this opportunity to be extended an invitation to do something with that money, right? Like I'm trying to get this to where I want this group to have 10,000 members, but I want there to be 10, 20, 30 members that are like really making fucking money, bro. 10, 15, $20,000 a day. We're buying like a new single family house every month. Like we're gonna like really turn it up, really start like some good shit, like make it to where like my grandkids, they're never gonna have to worry about like a 9 to 5 job. They're gonna be learning how to run a business, and that business is gonna be the business that I'm starting right now, right? Like that's what like how far away like I'm thinking with this. Now, is it gonna like probably be this trading Discord? Probably not, but that's why I'm trying to like roll it into an investment group where like our money can all compound together, and we don't have to worry about money ever again. So that's my little spiel to you guys, since I know a bunch of you guys are probably haven't heard it before. Maybe some of you have, but yeah, I'm just trying to basically make this a lot different, make it to where um, it's a lot more interactive. The things that you pay for, you actually get the value out of them. And then you have the options once you learn, like in the class, you could downgrade to just normal VIP. Like, so we have all those in place so that you don't have to like you're not like locked into like you don't have to pay for things that you don't need basically. But yeah, I think we're gonna try to get some clothes going, like, and then potentially do like some meetups, like maybe like a spring break meetup or something. Like I don't know where, but that would be pretty cool. I think like it like a couple meetups a year, like where we can like have a poll, and maybe it's for like VIP members or something like that. But just because, like I said, I'm trying to grow this to like 10,000 people, and then I couldn't have like an event with like 500 people at it. Like that wouldn't make sense. But anyway, point being is like I think it would be cool to like go out, like go rent some fucking boats, go rent some dirt bikes, like go, I don't know, like do anything, like skydiving, go deep sea fishing, like whatever. But like get together and like create community bonds with the people that I'm trying to be able to invest with, right? Like I don't want this to just be like I don't like I just know what you look like because of your fucking profile picture. Like I want this to be like a real community where everybody here is like a like a brotherhood, sisterhood type deal. Hey, see, look, and that's another thing, right? Is like since doing this, like all there's so many people from all different walks of life, right? So it's like the other day, like I was doing like electrical shit, and I had like 3 people that were like, "Oh, I'm actually a certified electrician. If you need any help, just ask me." You know how much money I would have to pay to get a quote from like an electrician to like even like walk me through something, like, or even answer the phone and like go through, you know what I mean? Like so like, oh, Dan's a fucking captain. uh I know, like, tree called Jay does like a bunch of breeding and stuff, right? Like he knows a lot about animals. So like, I know a lot about plants. Like I work on a pot farm. Like that's my 9 to 5. I work on a legal farm in California. So like, like once we start to pull all these strengths together, plus the amount of money, plus the investment opportunity, then it's like, things that I would never think about or even an opportunity. One of you guys would, have experience in that walk of life and know how to set it up. So that's another aspect to growing with people that are actually serious, is the fact that, I'm completely aware that I'm not going to be a jack of all trades, but I can network to the point where like I know people that are like sufficient in any industry, right? And then that gives me an advantage over other people. Yeah, I know Norwood. I thought it was you, Myron. I thought so, but I know Norwood was telling me. Okay, so see you guys. Look, I just hanging out, being patient. So now I'm looking for this next bounce zone right here to get tapped into. Right. So we're gonna see if they're gonna come right here and reject this, and then from here I'm just gonna come on and bring my risk down. Right. Make sure I get a little $5, a little $5 at least, a little pack of backwoods. And then whenever it taps into this balance, I'm just gonna scale one out, probably two, and then just keep letting it go on down to my bottom. I just want to make sure I'm taking some peak profit right here, right? And let me make sure I have this drawn correctly. Looks like it. Yep. Where is there a different one? Oh, is there a bigger time frame trend line? Yeah. Sort of. Probably need to see it over here. This one. Dude, see, that's what I was talking about, Eric. I was getting chopped. I'm not gonna sit there and get chopped. One and done. Either way, don't matter. Either way. Yeah, it's getting stopped out right here on this. Okay, so like I said, I'm gonna take two off right here, secure some money, bring this back to into some profit, and now I'm just gonna kind of pick and pull one on the way down, right? So like maybe like right here, I'll pull one more off at the bottom of this 50%. I'll pull another one off down here, and then let the other one tap out. Yeah, I see it now. That's how it goes right now. That's how it goes when I go out. And so this is it, guys. Like this is how trading can be, right? Like there's no stress, right? Because I'm not over risking anything. I'm not sitting here like, fuck, if it turns around, I'm screwed. Nice, bro. Don't get caught up trading them minis though, Thomas, dude. It's all sweet till it ain't. But as long as you manage your risk, it's all good, bro. Like I trade minis all the time. Right? It's all fun and games till you get one of these, Thomas. Back to back $300 L's. That shit hurted it did. And then a couple of 200s. Like this is like how my trading minis goes, right? Like it's all over the place. Right? Like it can be good, it can be bad. Like this was a really bad fucking streak right here, dude. I thought the account was gone. But then I get on hot streaks too, right? But like I said, this is my scalping account, so it's gonna be pretty hit or miss. This is more of like how I trade like on a day-to-day basis. Oh yeah, bro. Over and over, bro. And then what's bad, man, is whenever shit goes on sale, and I'll start trading super aggressive, and it's like, damn, I just blew up 10 accounts today. Damn, I just blew up 10 accounts again today. Like, fuck. But then in my head, it's like, it was only 80 bucks, 75 bucks. Like, at least it wasn't like 300. Like, but you know what I used to do? Whenever I was first learning, I would make myself go and do DoorDash for any accounts I wanted, right? And then it's like, it really puts it into perspective. Like, damn, I just worked a whole, like, hours. Yeah, yeah. So that's why I like to trade with this platform, bro. Is because like right here, like I would have tried to like chase this and force this on NQ, right? But I can just lock it, right? So then now I won't even have to worry about that. And then right here, like okay, so I'm gonna take one more off here, right? That was another 50 bucks, right? I'm gonna bring this down because we're kind of at this level, so I want to make sure price isn't gonna reject here. And I'm gonna make sure I make 20 extra buck if it turn around. But like I told you guys this morning, right? Like my goal for this evening is $100. So now if it turns around and comes back up here, I've already hit my goal. I'm at $200 for the day if it turns around. If it doesn't, I'm going to have more. Right? And this is why I'm not like forcing profit out, right? Like I'm not like I'm not like trying to force like like if I was on minis, like I would just close the whole thing, right? Like this is like $1,000. But whenever I'm trading micros like this, a couple micros, I'm gonna let the trade run, right? I'm not in any rush. Like look, it's one time frame and down. I don't have to worry about it turning around. Like if it turns around, what it's gonna take me out $100 or really 80 because I got 20 bucks right here. So like I can handle that. But if I was trading minis and this turns around $800, that's half my account. Just because I didn't take profit at the right time, not because I took a loss. So like that's the other part of minis that's really hard to that's the part of minis that gets me more than like taking losses with minis, right? Like that's how I blew up the funded last or a couple of days ago. Is because my internet went down and it spiked, and then it went two ticks away from my take profit, and then went all the way back down to my stop loss, which was like 1,200 bucks total. Like it was like 500 something bucks in profit, 600 bucks in stop, and then it was like, oh fuck, like, damn, thanks internet. All right, I'm gonna take one more off right here. It taps into this, the top of this balance. So now I got one left. It's gonna run. I'm gonna make sure I get 20 buck off of it. We're at 165 locked in. Guaranteed $185 on the session, with a potential of another 30 something bucks. Now this is when I start to think to myself, I'm at $67 in profit. I'm considering making sure I hold $20, right? So now I'm at 70. Like, is it worth it for me to keep holding for this extra 20 buck? I don't know, right? Like, we're gonna see right here. Okay, come on. All right, I'm closing right there before it taps into it and rejects. This account's done. 6:15 a.m. And now look, the reason I'm setting this at 6:15, right? This is 9:15 in New York, right? So I can't even take a trade on this account until my strategy has printed, right? Until I have 5 minutes plus at least another 5 minutes for a trade to close. So now what I've just done is I've eliminated the ability for me to get bored and sit down and trade. And that is going to be fucking powerful for you guys. Right? So now through the whole night, whenever I want to, like if I get bored later, I'm sitting here smoking a blunt, fucking stoned, fucking eating some ice cream. I can't be like, what's happening on the chart? Pull it up and then go into fucking tilt, and then tomorrow it's like, I thought you were up 350 bucks. Why are you on a new account? Oh, well, cuz I was actually stupid and couldn't, like I don't have to worry about it. Nice, bro. Oh, look, and it's going to come down for the whole thing. Like right here, I could have probably left a runner, right? But I just want to secure the profit, right? Like the best traders in the world aren't worried about getting every single point, you guys. Like they're just worried about making consistent profits, right? So I'm not, if this thing fucking runs, you know, if it breaks this bottom and runs another 20 points, like, damn, I wish I would have, but I'm not going to sit here and beat myself up about making 250 bucks in what, an hour and a half? Like, what is that, 175 bucks an hour or something like that? 160? Yeah, right? So, like, I'm not going to sit here and, like, wait for more and more and more, because, like, this is where I'm expecting price to turn around, right? If I sit here and I start hoping, and then it turns around, then I take all my profit right here, and then it's like, fuck. Like, what am I, like, you know, then I'm upset, because then I'm at, like, 100 something dollars instead of the 250 I was just looking at. So, that's pretty much the whole meat and potatoes behind it. Like I tell you guys, like, this shit don't work every single day. But the reason that I can sit here and I can keep an account for a month and then I can make it profitable is because this shit works out over the period of, you know, a long term, right? You start talking 10, 15, 20, 30 trading days. You start looking at it, you know, even with, like I said, even with like a 50% win rate, you can still be in good profit. Right now, this account is fucking banger, right? We're at 100% win rate. Fucking 6 trades, right? So, you know, I ain't saying I'm always batting 50%, but I'm not always batting 100% either. I'm usually more like 60, 70 is like my average like win rate. My scalp accounts are closer to 50, and then these are closer to like 80. But the scalp accounts really make good money. Like if you can get a payout on a scalp account, good money, you know. But it's just not like long term, like right, like so these like you know like my smaller accounts just make a couple $100 on them a day, and then you know let those payouts slowly come around, and then after I secure that money, then I can go onto a scalp account and try to like make money that day, right? But I'm not like forced between do I make money or do I not make money today. It's like two separate avenues of income, right? Like I have my accounts that are traded like extremely disciplined and small, and then I have like one or two accounts that I'll keep funded that I'll trade scalp that will usually get like one or two payouts and then they'll blow up. But they'll be like, you know, one or two payouts in that first week versus like 10 or 20 days like on the other ones. So, it's a caveat. It's like a give and take, but um, as long as you don't get caught in the sauce and don't get all fucked up and get to the point where you're just like, oh, I just made money, let me reset, then, you know, it's manageable. But that's pretty much it, you guys. Yeah, we just had a banger ass session, hour and a half, all good to go. No. So the strategy, let me run it through you real quick one more time. Right. So the trend line is like a confluence, right? Here, I'm just gonna completely remove everything. Let's just start from scratch right here. One time, it won't take long. So this is like a naked trading view, right? First thing I like to do, come up here to indicators and get this FX market session, right? So you go FX market session, and it's this one by Boy Toki. This is just the specific one I use. I just like the way it works. I'm sure there's other ones that are similar, but like as you can see, this one has 10,000. This one has 10,000 users, 23 users, 500 users. So it's like mathematically, this is probably the best one, right? So this is one I use. So I turn it on, and then you go from having nothing like this to now all my sessions are clear, right? I know like where I'm at, right? And so I have it set up to where on the times, right? So this is 9 a.m. in London, right? This is 9 a.m. in New York. This is 9 a.m. in Tokyo, right? So I have them set up at 9 a.m. in each place. And I know that the market opens up a little before that, but my thought process behind this is like, um, so like my thought process behind this might not like you know be the most realistic one or like the most concrete one, but the way I see it is like if I show up at a restaurant like 30 minutes uh, before they open, right? Before like the workers are there, like I'm probably not gonna be able to like get good service, right? Get good food. Like things are gonna take a longer, and it's not gonna be like as valuable of my time, right? Like just the service. So the way that I see this, right? Sure, price opens up like you know here, But the employees, the actual people that are sitting down and taking the institutional trades, they aren't here until 9 a.m. So my service is going to be slow here and of less value. The same way that I look at it with like a restaurant that, like I said, you couldn't go and get food before the employees are there working, right? So the employees come here and they start working, right? And then I have this box that I draw around the first 10 minutes of price, right? So my thought process behind this is kind of like, um, like, all right, we just showed up, everybody just clocked in, but we're kind of like shooting the shit, like we're just like talking, not a whole lot's going on at the office, right? Like this is all just like a perspective view, like a psychological perspective view that I have, right? Like this isn't anything that's like concrete or like, you're not gonna go get this off ChatGPT or anything like that. Like this is just like my understanding of like how humans work on like a broad scale, right? So like that's why I have this 10-minute box is because I'm thinking like, okay, people are gonna show up at work and they're not gonna like sit down and be like instantly lasered in, right? Like these people are gonna be like waiting, they're like, they got to get their coffee, donuts, get set up at their desk, okay? And then so then after, however long this takes, like today, you know, I guess in Tokyo they were hanging around, right? Took like an hour, right? But point being is once I see the price close outside of this box, then I know like okay, that's more than likely the direction that the market is going to take right now. Like now, it's not going to be like a forever thing, right? Like so that's why you just saw me trailing and taking profit, right? Cuz like you do eventually bottom out, right? Like so I would have taken profit here and it would have stopped me out. And then you can consider a re-entry here on this like 50%, right? Cuz this is probably 50% of this. And then same. Once it comes and takes me out, then I'll go ahead. But right here, like I had this balance zone drawn up, and like this is a good place for me to take like secure profit. Like sure it wicked through it, but like look, like price is coming back up, and look where it closes at, right on top of this balance, right? So that's why I use this balance for my take profit. And then so whenever I'm looking at this, like I have the box drawn, right? And so then I want to start looking for like, okay, where could price target, right? So that's why you saw me draw this right here. Like this is a target to the bottom, and then I'm thinking like target price could target this to the top right here, right? Then I'm gonna go and I'm gonna look at things like how is price actually moving, right? So right here, you've got this big imbalance, right? So I know that this needs to get redelivered to, right? So I'm gonna go on the 15 minute. I'm going to find the actual movement, right? So the actual move starts right here because this is all noise, right? This is like noise in the market, this wick, on a larger time frame, right? Like for like how I draw my fibs, right? And I'm going to come down to here. Okay, so now I see that price is staying below this 80%. This is the 80% on a Fibonacci, which is the failure swing level. So I'm like, okay, this is giving me a confluence that we're coming to the downside, right? So that's 1 point to the downside that I have, right? Now, the other thing that I'm looking at is that we have this trend line right here, right? And it's in this channel. Okay, so I'm seeing it ping pong around, and I'm seeing 1, 2, 3, and then after the third touch is usually whenever you're going to see price fall, right? So that's why I'm expecting, okay, like if it's going to fall, it's going to come right here. Yeah, channels are like hit or miss for me, right? Like, I think channels are a good way to get caught up in the noise for the most part, right? Like if I would have drawn this early and just been stuck in it, like I could have probably taken some good trades, but I probably would have also got chopped up. Um, but anyway, point being, so I see it break this channel to the downside. It closes outside on the 5 minute, and I know I have this area down here that hasn't been delivered to, right? So like those three confluences give me the confidence to like hold this and keep waiting and waiting and waiting for the drop. Yeah, exactly. Just good for confluences. Doesn't mean it's gonna work, but it's like if I'm stacking up like If I had like +1 counter over here for sales for every confluence and a +1 for every buy confluence, then it's like this is what I'm looking at on my sell confluences. And so like if it keeps pushing right here, I'm expecting price to come down to probably this. Yeah, and so like that's where it pretty much stops at. It's probably one of these smaller ones right here. This bottom one. This big hammer candle. It's probably exactly where, yeah. So, and then if it pushes through this, then I'm going to come over here and it's like, is it going to, we've got a pretty strong double bottom here. And then I would expect price to come probably to this, if it keeps coming down. Because this is all, this all hasn't been redelivered to yet. So basically, a price needs to come all the way back down to here, right? Like this is where price needs to come back down to. When is it going to happen? I don't know when, but it will happen, right? And this could be the start of it, right? And so yeah, that's it, you guys. I think I'm gonna wrap it up there. That was about a 2-hour stream. Did a 2-hour stream this morning. And that's pretty much. I know a lot of you guys are in VIP, but that's pretty much what we do every day in VIP. So fuck yeah, Norwood. Get that money. Get that money. You got that FOMO, Norwood. You you saw it break that zone. You said, "Oh hell yeah, let me get that." Nah, I'm just fucking with you. That was a good trade. Once I broke the zone like that. Yeah, for sure. I'll be here every Tuesday for the free streams, and then every Oh yeah, no, I don't know. I was just picking on you. Yeah, it's about to go down for sure. You're about to make some bread. But yeah, and then every Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, we do the same thing, VIP, and that's like the basic, $50 a month. So hope you guys learned something. My DMs are always open if you want me to look at anything or have any questions. Other than that, I'm about to just call it for the night and probably go make like a frozen pizza or some shit. So I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Doses.